Patterson, standing in for His Excellency the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Chairman House Committee on Health Institutions, Dr. Pascal, the Deputy, my colleagues, invited guests, His Royal Majesty the Okoba of Ugeme Kingdom, my King, chiefs and leaders from Ugele North, Ugele South, Udu Federal Constituency, indeed Urobo Nation that is present here today. I am Honorable Reverend Francis Ejiroghene Waive, and I represent the entire people of Ugele North, Ugele South, and Udu. Mr. Speaker, I am from Delta State and sponsor of the bill for the establishment of the Federal College of Nursing and Midwifery, Otugeme. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
I represent the very good and amiable people of Delta North and Delta South Federal Constituency. I represent the very good and great people of Delta Federal Constituency. I'm from Imo State. And to the glory of God, I am the chairman of this very important committee that is organizing today's public hearing. So we'll go straight to the point. The erudite Speaker of the 9th Assembly, House of Representatives, the locus classicus of Nigerian National Parliament, the Speaker that speaks our mind at all times, the tower of parliamentary erudition in Nigeria, and the quintessence of legislative prodigy. I'm talking about Right Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, ably and powerfully represented by the Deputy Leader of the House of Representatives, our own Honorable Patterson. My very dependable brother, a senior brother for that matter, the Deputy Chairman of this our Committee on Health Institutions, Honorable Martin Oke. Other members of the 9th Assembly Standing Committee on Health Institutions here present, my other colleagues, with special reference to the sponsors of today's bills, about 5 of them, our guests, both the royal fathers, members of the clergy, members of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all to today's wonderful public hearing, where we are expected to hold very meaningful deliberations on about 5 number of bills that we are referred to this our committee for us to do the desired justice to them by dissecting them, by subjecting them to the appropriate theater where we will separate the chaff from the wheat and know the ones that will make meaning to the life of Nigerians and the ones that will not. The requests are too many, but we are going to be guided by standing rules and extant laws on establishment of health institutions in Nigeria. We are not going to go beyond the rules. The essence of today's gathering is to grant opportunity to members of the public, stakeholders, civil society organizations, everybody that has interest in the bills, to create a reasonable latitude for them to come and make inputs, whether positive or negative, so that at the end of the day, those inputs will be aggregated. We will now look at it before we now make our report to the whole House. At the end of the day, the bills that will survive. And the ones that are bound to die, well, we wouldn't have anything to do. We may not be able to save them. But we are going to do what will be to the best interest of Nigeria and Nigerians. As the Master of Ceremony earlier informed you, we are going to discuss about 5 number of bills. And incidentally, all of them borders on establishment of health institutions to the benefit of Nigerians. But we must be guided by the standing or extant laws. Places that have already federal university teaching hospitals may not have federal medical centers. Those that have those that have existing federal university teaching hospitals, according to Federal Ministry of Health, may not have federal medical centers. And then, apart from federal medical centers, there are requests for other health institutions. And I want to assure you that we must do things that will be in the best interest of Nigeria and Nigerians. There is need for us to have enough health institutions in Nigeria to take care of our health needs. But having too many health institutions without adequate equipment and facilities, manpower, is still as good as not having one. So I want to urge us all to sit down here today in a very organized manner, make our contributions, and then conduct ourselves in appropriate decorum, so that at the end of the day, we now draw inferences from the contributions of today, and then send to the National Assembly before the bill will now pass to the third stage, the third reading. And you know, at the end of the day, it still goes to the Senate for concurrence. So be rest assured, my colleagues that have sponsored today's bills, we must do justice to your request, to the glory of God. Thanks, and God bless everybody.
Invited guests from all parts of the country, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad to be here this morning before you to present the remarks of the Honorable Speaker of the House of Representatives on the public hearing organized by House Committee on Health Institutions, holding this day, 13th July 2021. It is with great pleasure that we welcomed to this very important occasion. We have 5 bills before you for very thorough debate this morning. First is a bill for an act to establish the Federal Medical Center, Fufu, Kwara State, and related matter, HB 530. The second is a bill for an act to establish the Federal College of Nursing and Midwifery at Jeremi in Delta State, and other related matters, HB 402. A bill for an act to establish the Federal Medical Center, Ogoja, Cross River State, and other related matters, HB 276. A bill for an act to establish the National Hospital, Port Harcourt, River State, and related matters, HB 1010. Finally, a bill for an act to amend the Orthopedic Hospital Management Board Act to provide for establishment of Federal Orthopedic Hospital, Azara, Borno State, and other related matters, HB 1322. You have before you this morning 5 solid bills seeking the establishment of new medical institutions, as well as, rejigging the acts that established one of the old institutions with a view to, providing appropriate legislative framework to enable that institution to serve Nigerian people, in a much desirable way. The procedure in National Assembly, and particularly the House of Representatives, for any bill to be passed into law includes a very important element, which is the element of public hearing. The essence of public hearing, this particular activity that we are here to do just now, is to give you the opportunity, members of the public, the opportunity to make contributions to the bills that are being presented, to the House. It is therefore expected that, having spent the time to come here, you will do your best to make very valid, very objective, and well-informed contributions to guide the House in coming to the final conclusion with respect to the establishment of those bills that have been enumerated. On the part of our colleagues, whatever the outcome of this activity is today will depend on the robustness of your interaction with the members of the public. It is therefore expected that you have a very peaceful, very well-organized, process of exchange of views and ideas, so that at the end of the day, you come up with what we do the best, provide the best, legislation for the establishment of the institutions as envisaged by those members who came up with these bills. Mr. Speaker is also, very happy with those 5 members of the House of Representatives who initiated these bills. We cannot, underestimate the importance of health institutions in our society, particularly at this moment when we have global health crisis, where health facilities are being overstretched all over the world, including our own country. So you therefore, can understand the importance of the, the activity that we are carrying out here today, and the responsibility which the nation has put, squarely before you. It is a privilege, actually, for everyone to be part of this whole thing, because what you are going to do here today is going to actually be beneficial to the entire country. But this depends on how well you are able to do this. I have a lot of confidence in the chairman and members of this committee, and I'm very convinced that you are going to do your best to ensure that what comes out of this activity today will be one that is acceptable to the House of Representatives as well as the great Nigerian people. Mr. Speaker looks forward to presiding over the final discussion, of the outcome of today's, activity, where the bills will finally be passed to law. On the strength of that, I declare this public hearing open to the glory of God and the benefit of mankind. Good morning, everybody.
Call on the sponsor of the second bill for an act to establish the Federal College of Nursing and Midwifery, O2 Jeremi, Delta State, and related matters. You have just 5 minutes, like the immediate past speaker had.
Mr. Chairman, permit me to stand on existing protocols. And meanwhile, I would like to specially appreciate our people who came all the way from Delta State, particularly His Royal Majesty, the Okoba of Ugeme Kingdom. Ojabe, Osuto, Igwogwo na ejere na mino mamegome hamakobeka, Ado, Mienio. I welcome you all to this public hearing on the bill for an act to provide for the establishment of the Federal College of Nursing and Midwifery, Otu-Ugeme and related matters. The bill seeks to provide legal framework for the establishment of this college in Delta State. We all know that nurses are the backbone of the healthcare industry, both locally and internationally. And it has been proven during the COVID-19 pandemic that there is a need for more nurses to be trained across the world. And our country today particularly suffers their need of nurses. And the United Nations have said that we are short of medical experts in our country. And this is a problem this bill intends to solve. It will interest you to know that the Federal College of Nursing and Midwifery Otugiame will be the first Federal College of Nursing and Midwifery in southern Nigeria, because there's only one presently in Boshi. This will become the second federal. So we believe that there's a dire need for this. The objectives for this are clearly spelled out in the bill: to train and research on nursing and midwifery, and to provide for continuous education of nursing and midwifery. The college is to be located in Otugiame, the headquarters of Ughelli South local government of Delta State. And Otugiame, I must say, plays host to the famous Otorogu gas plant, the largest gas plant in West Africa. Otugiame enjoys peaceful and friendly atmosphere, and there's a general hospital on ground that could be used as take-off facility. The community has made a donation of over 50 hectares of land for expansion around the hospital premises. The hospital was built by community and donated to government and currently runs. There are over 30 crude oil wells around the vicinity of the hospital, and the companies operating those oil wells have made their pledge, like they have done to other institutions there, to give their support to the running of this hospital, this college, when established. There is a huge supply of human capital within the environment for the supply of support staff for the hospital, for the institution when started. The proposed College of Nursing and Midwifery will be specialized, and our people are in dire need of it. You can see the number that came all the way from Delta State in support of this bill. We urge the committee to please give your support so that this bill can go forward, not just pass the first and second reading that it has done, but come out from this public hearing successfully, go to Senate and get concurrence and get Mr. President's assent. My people are very willing to support. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, my honorable colleagues. Thank you, audience. God bless you.
Yeah, you just have 2 minutes.
Mr. Chairman,
Plus another
permit me to stand on the existing program. Mr. Chairman and honorable members of the House of Representative Committee on Health Institutions, on behalf of the Council of Chiefs and the good and peaceful people of the Ughelli Kingdom, in particular, the Ughelli South and Odu local government area of Ughelli and Odu Federal Constituency in that state, I convey our sincere greetings and profound appreciation to you all. Mr. Chairman, I'm here to present this memorandum in support of the bill for the establishment of Federal College Nursing and Midwifery in Jeremi, Delta State, Federal Republic of Nigeria. To have an institute that has the capacity to train people, to create and sustain health is not our aim. To create happiness and long life in such environment, and we cannot thank you enough for your efforts and commitment towards this laudable project.
Groups, okay, you are here.
Chairman,
okay, that's
you will do Federal Constituency is densely populated. It comprises 14 kingdoms with many urban centers. There is no federal secondary school nor tertiary educational institution in the constituency. The establishment of Federal College of Nursing and Midwifery at Jeremi will solve this problem. There are general hospitals in the constituency to serve the needs of the students and staffs in the practical work. Our constituency is a major contribution to the national economy. The constituency hosts the Jingati Gotoro gas plant, the largest in sub-Saharan Africa. Gas from Otoro feeds the Ekpan Lagos pipeline with extension to some ECOWAS countries. Phase 3 of the Otoro gas plant, now under construction, will serve the Ajakuta Abuja Kano pipelines. Our constituency has several fuel stations, numerous oil wells, and several oil fields, including Ughelli Quality Control Center, opened in 1967. There is also an electricity gas turbine at Akbame, now operated by Transcom Power Limited. The establishment of the Federal College of Nursing and Midwifery at Jeremi will be highly appreciated. Mr. Chairman, Ejiroghene Federal Constituency has a chronic shortage of trained personnel to meet the needs of the large and fast-growing population. In the 60 years of the oil industry, no health issues and new health issues and environmental challenges are being experienced. To that extent, Mr. Chairman, the Federal College, Nursing and Midwifery will offer world-class services to deal with these health challenges. Mr. Chairman, I plead on you to give quick approval for this project. Thank you very much.
Okay, more contributions, just one person. Okay, somebody is there. Okay.
My 2 minutes.
2 minutes, sir.
Mr. Existing Protocol. Health, they say, is wealth.
Yes.
That is why we, Urobo Progress Union, which is the socio-cultural organization of the Urobo, the Abuja branch, we are here to present this memorandum of support. My name is Bernard Okiefete Nafaga. Health, they say, is wealth. To have an institute that trains people to create and sustain wealth, sustain health is to create wealth, happiness, and long life in such environment. We have itemized 4 reasons why we want this institution to be sited at Jeremi. 1, first and foremost, the entire Urobo nation in Delta State, we are in agreement that this institution be sited at Jeremi. Secondly, the major reason is that in Jeremi there is an Udu local government. There is no presence of federal institution, and to bring this institution here will serve the yearning and bring happiness to our people in this federal constituency. Secondly, sir, we have the presence of a good and conducive environment for education. This federal constituency is one of the most peaceful environments in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. There has never been any case of kidnapping or intertribal war in this federal constituency. Thus, this school, if approved, we have a good academic and peaceful environment for the school to thrive. Again, a school of nursing and midwifery need facilities. Mr. Chairman, I want to tell you that we have 3 state-owned general hospitals. There is one in Ughelli, there is one in Jeremi, and there's one in Otodu. These ones will cater for the needs and yearning of internship of the school won't establish. Then, of course, my predecessor, they have spoken at length concerning the abundance of gas and oil. So let me quickly conclude that, Mr. Chairman, we need to be encouraged, and we appeal that this institution be approved for us. We have paid our dues to the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is only proper that we should be rewarded. Thank you.
You are welcome, sir. Any dissenting opinion? None.
As the legislators, just like what the chairman said, so that at least we could be able to widen the scope by increasing more federal medical centers and then also teaching hospitals. And also, this will assist us, by the grace of God, between this 2022 budget, if at the end of the day we will be able to get the approvals of all these federal medical centers, so that at least we could be able to also include it in the budget. I think this is a very, very important bill that we are having as of today. I would like to use this opportunity to thank you very much. May the Almighty Allah continue to guide us and protect us. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Honorable Reverend Francis Ejiroghene Waive, I represent the entire people of Ughelli North, Ughelli South, and Udu. I'm from Delta State and sponsor of the bill for an act, establishment bill for an act to establish the Federal College of Nursing and Midwifery, Utugeme, in Delta State? Well, here in the House, it's a question of diligence. If you work, you get some results. So it's a question of hard work, talking with my colleagues, lobbying, and ensuring that the bill is listed, and then we get to where we are. But more importantly, it's because my people are in dire need of federal presence. We are one of the largest oil-producing communities in this country. And the presence of the federal government in Ughelli North, Ughelli South, and Odu Federal Constituency is just the presence of oil prospecting. And my people feel that having this federal college is one way of having the federal presence. And very importantly, too, the dread of medical personnel in this country, which came to the fore through the COVID-19 experience, have shown that we must be in a hurry to train qualified medical personnel, particularly nurses and midwives, who are the bedrock, the backbone of healthcare delivery. So that's why we want to get this done and get it done as quickly as possible. I want to thank my people, the good people of Ughelli North, Ughelli South, and Udu from Delta State. The tremendous goodwill that I enjoy. Millions of people from this is one of the largest federal constituencies in the country. And the tremendous goodwill that I enjoy from them is something you cannot buy in the market. And I really do appreciate that. And one of the methods we've used in working is to be all-inclusive and interactive. So many of the things you see me do actually originated from them. They will come up with the idea that if we have this, if we have that, this can work. And my business is to speak for them. When they have taken a position, I speak on their behalf. That's why they can easily own what belongs to them. This bill belongs to them. This Federal College of Nursing and Midwifery belongs to the people of Ughelli North, Ughelli South, and Udu. I wouldn't call it pitfalls. The essence of public hearing normally is to be able to get public opinion. And the groundswell of public opinion today was for the bill. And that's without doubt. The things you are referring to, I think, are those aspects that have to do with grammatical expressions and all of that. The committee will work with the committee. My legal aid and some of our constituents are already looking at the soft copy of the bill, looking at what came up today during the public hearing, with a view of dotting the I's and crossing the T's, such that by the time the committee is presenting to the House, there will be a clean copy that will be a perfect copy. We're going to work with them. We've already started the process. Well, the committee will prepare their report and present to the House. And of course, you know what happens the third hearing. My legal aid and the committee on health institutions will be working on the feedback from the public hearing, such that the copy that we presented on the floor for third hearing will be a clean copy. That's the next. And by the time we finish at the third hearing, we're definitely going to get concurrence from the Senate. You know that the Deputy President of the Senate, His Excellency, the most distinguished Senator Ovioma Agege, he is from this constituency. So of course, he will be there to ensure that we get concurrence from the Senate. And you know, we are the only APC from Delta in the House, both here in the House and here in the Senate. So we're going to go to Mr. President and ask him to give it to us, his assent, and I'm sure we're going to get it.